Today I'm going to be doing a review of the River Gunny Hunter. I was looking for a hunting knife, went online to see if there was anything that would meet my criteria. I wanted kind of an heirloom quality knife. I have some other knives if you've seen some of my other videos, but I wanted something kind of nice. I don't know. I looked at all the reviews online like you're probably doing right now on YouTube and everything, hearing everybody talk about it. And one thing I notice about YouTube is I hear a lot of people, but I don't know if they're like sponsored by the company or, if they just did it. I bought this knife. I'm not sponsored by anybody. As you can see from my subscribers, I probably have about 10. So if you're seeing this, I'm not in bed with anybody on the knife stuff. I just buy them because I like them. Some of the knives I keep, some of them I get rid of. This is a knife that I think that I will definitely keep. I went with, here, I'll give you a good shot of it. Hold on. So what I went with was the Gunny Hunter in A2 steel with a green Magna Carta handle on it. So just give you kind of a once over. Take a look at it. It's a nice knife. From the reviews, one of the things that everybody said is how nice it fits in your hand. Now I want you to look at my hand, because this was something that I was concerned about, because some people have different size hands. So I'm about a large in a regular size glove. Oops, let me get this right there. And it just fits really nice. They talk about the tapering on the knife. Let me see if I can show that really well. But it does. It bulges out a little bit right in here. And it really fits your hand nice. The width of the blade, you're going to have to look up the specs if you want to know all this stuff, and there's plenty of other people out here that will tell you it, but I just looked at it from, like, it's good size thickness. I mean, there's my pinky. I mean, it's a good size thickness. So, I mean, I'm not a wood batoner, but I don't think that I would worry about batoning wood with this. The knife came very sharp. I still gave it a little touch-up because I didn't think it was quite as sharp, and I'm not going to, well, let's see if I got some paper here I can cut for you. So, I mean, it was very sharp right out of the box. Very sharp. I don't know how well it holds an edge, but from the reviews, I think there's an Asian guy on YouTube that he's a really good resource. I think it's Virtue Voice. I think he's maybe Japanese, or I don't want to be offensive to him. I don't know him. I just watched a few of his videos, but he does a lot of views, and actually it was because of him that I went ahead and purchased this knife. I bought it from Knives Ship Free. A little story about that. The first knife that came, same exact knife, it actually had rust on it. I mean, like as big as my finger on here, and then there was a spot on the top of the spine that had rust on it. They were very good about it. I contacted them. I took a picture of the knife. Right away, they took care of it. They shipped me out another knife, and this is the one that I got in replacement. Same exact knife, A2 steel, no rust on it. So I don't know if it's just been sitting on a shelf or whatever, but I have no complaints about what they did. Stuff happens. They probably had it sit on a shelf or something. So some of the things that I heard reviews about on this knife was about the fit and finish of it. So, you're looking along, for bumps, or I think they call them hot spots or whatever, where you can rub. I can't feel any on here. And I've kind of had this knife, it's one of those knives that I just kind of held on to while I was doing different things. Just kind of sitting here looking at YouTube videos or whatever. I was just kind of holding it in some different positions to see how well. And it fits your hand very well. It is a very nice knife. The sheath, let's take a look at the sheath real quick, and then I can talk a little bit more if I can think of anything about the knife. The sheath is very well made and is very basic. So if you're looking, I don't believe that this would be a good candidate for survival knife. It's got a drop point blade and all that. And if this is what you want for a survival knife, there's some other aftermarket companies that make an aftermarket sheath. Very tight. You can get your belt through this, but I mean, it's just very tight. I would recommend probably like putting some mink oil on this, or or some beeswax or something. But the knife fits in there very snug. And I kind of worked it in a little bit and then just push it in there. But the knife's very snug. I'm sure you could get it to shake out, but I'm not going to sit here and do that. Overall, I think for the price of this knife, being it's made in the USA, I'm wondering if it just means that they bought the steel from China and made it here, or if the steel is actually US steel. A lot of times you see made in the USA, where you can see it right on there, made, hopefully you can see that, made in the USA, A2 steel, but the knife is actually, all the materials come from China and they just assemble it here. Not sure about that, not saying that. I have no idea where they get their materials. If somebody knows, feel free to comment on the thing below. I think it's a really sharp looking knife. I mean, if you just look at it, it's kind of like that. I didn't know what the, what it would look like in green. I guess if I had to do it over, this or black, I like that. They make a like ton of different handles, ton. If you go on their website, which I went to Bark River and then I went to Knives Ship Free, and they offer this knife in like everything that you can imagine. I mean, you can get a drop point blade, you can get like a straighter blade, which is the original gunny. I chose the Hunter because I want to use it for hunting and skinning deer and doing that. But overall, I think that this is a really nice knife. After looking at all the reviews, I believe that everybody that I reviewed or I looked at on YouTube was correct when they gave a review of this knife about what it is. It's not an overly big knife. Here's the bottom of my hand. Like I said, oops, there's my scarf. This is about an inch, maybe a half an inch past my thing. So, I mean, it's not a huge knife, but like I said, if you want the specs, go ahead and look them up. I just don't have those in front of me, and I'm just verifying that Virtue Voice, I believe that's the gentleman. I would check him out. He seems to be very knowledgeable, and you can see him skinning deer and everything with these knives, and he says, Gunny Hunter, use that one. This is awesome. I'm really impressed with it. I would definitely recommend this knife, and I believe that all the reviews that I've seen on YouTube and all the claims that have been made on this knife are in fact true, just from what I've seen. I have yet to use it or skin anything with it or cut anything with it besides a sheet of paper. So I can't say attest to the edge and everything, but just about, I kind of look at the first impression. If the first things are right about what people are saying, then I have to assume that there's people that are going to abuse this knife way worse than I am. And if they say that it's going to hold up, then I believe that. So I would definitely recommend this as a good knife purchase. More or less for probably like a camping knife. I think, its intended purpose is a hunting knife. I think it's perfect for hunting. Maybe a survival knife if that's your thing. But I think that you might want a little bit thicker, more utilitarian knife. Where you can do a little bit more hard beating on it. And plus, I don't think I'd want a $180 survival knife because I'm not going out like Bear Grylls or anything like that. I live in a town and, I'm not going to do that. So that's really not my thing. But I think if I was going to pick out of my knives a survival knife, I would take this one. Just because it looks like a really nice knife, and I think it would hand up very well. I think it would maintain a good edge. I'm just overall really impressed with it. I think that it should be definitely, if you're looking for a hunting knife, or if you're looking for a really nice heirloom quality knife with a good fit and finish, I would definitely check out kniveshipfree.com and go ahead and pick yourself up one in whatever handle configuration that you like. Hey, you guys, I appreciate it. You guys have a great day, and have fun looking for knives.